Hello everyone, welcome back to another patch rundown. Today is patch 2.3b. A lot of interesting changes. Some of them I know that my fans will probably want me to play some of them that are getting buffed for sure. But first things first, getting straight into it. Obviously Lucian and Senna is being released. Lucian will be released July the 9th, so the midnight of July the 8th. So going into the Friday, I believe. Same with Senna as well, so both coming out at the same time. Really looking forward to these two. I'm most likely going to be playing Lucian a lot more than Senna. Lucian is an AD carry, but can be played in like the mid/top lane as well. Senna, depending on how her stats and how her souls and everything work, she can be played as support, but she can also be played in the AD carry role as well. So we'll see how things go with her. Moving on down, we got a few skins coming. You got the True Damage Senna and the Hide Gun Lucian. Both pretty decent skins. I'd say probably the True Damage Senna skin is better than the Hide Gun Lucian. I'd probably say there are quite a few better Lucian skins, but Hide Gun is not too bad at the same time as well. Pretty nice indeed. Then as we move along, we got all the new event stuff as well from Sentinels of Light. You got some new baubles, some icon borders, some emotes, icons, spawn tags, a few cool, awesome stuff that obviously are going to be added into the Sentinels of Light event. Especially the icon border as well. Looks really, really cool. I think that's the one I'm most looking forward to, is the icon border. Definitely a very cool one. As you can see, Sentinels of Light, something to do with the Black Mist with Rune Terror, which you've been seeing leaks and everything online. I think this is the same time as the PC League of Legends version is going live as well on the 9th of July. So pretty awesome. Hopefully the event will be pretty cool. Obviously the 4G and Wi-Fi dual connection is being added, I believe. Releasing and enabling toggles, yeah. So they're adding in the 4G/Wi-Fi dual connection. Eventually, they added it in, which took them a bit of time, but I guess they had a few problems and everything with that, so it wasn't too bad. Right now, oh no, the champion changes. Oh no, I don't know why I'm saying chat, because I'm not even looking at this live on stream. Draven's getting buffed. Yes, I know what you're gonna say. Play Draven, Draven. But anyway, looking actually at these changes, the move speed on the second ability going up by 10% every single rank is quite a big change, to be fair. Obviously, you can activate this pretty much every single time that you pick up an axe. Getting 50% movement speed straight away from just level 1 is quite a big margin, to be fair. And also the cooldown going lower as well on the third ability by 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and the same rank. So near enough pretty much buffing his early games. Obviously 15 seconds on the E early game is really, really powerful. 10% sorry, of movement speed every single rank as well. Quite big buffs, to be fair. I would say quite big buffs. Obviously Draven is more of an early game champion. You want to try and get that early game advantage with Draven. So this might help him out a little bit. Maybe I'll play him. I probably won't play him. I still suck at the champion, so I probably still won't play him. Looking down, we have Fizz. The bonus damage to monsters is going down by 50%. So before this was 100%, then they buffed up to 200%, and now they're evening out a little bit. So they're doing it to 150%. Obviously, Fizz at the moment is being played quite a lot in the jungle and is quite strong in the jungle as well. Fizz's wave clear is totally obnoxious. It's really, really annoying. So they're nerfing that down, sorry, a little bit, so making it a bit less annoying over time. Then we have Garen. Garen's finally getting some much needed nerfs. I know he had nerfs before, but it wasn't really as impactful, I feel like, but these might be a lot more impactful. The third ability, Judgment, which is the spin to win. The base damage is going down by quite a lot, and the AD ratio is going up. So they're more trying to head towards making people having to build more AD to make the ability stronger. Same with the ultimate as well. The base damage has gone lower at rank 2 and rank 3. But the missing health is now getting a plus 8% per 100 bonus AD. So again, making it so people have to build AD to make the ultimate more powerful. Obviously, the missing health percentage has gone down as well. So you might not be You might not be seeing like full tank Garens anymore because it's not going to be doing crazy base damage all the time. You're going to be seeing Garens actually build a bit of AD now because they want to try and get a bit more damage with their third ability and with their ultimate. But I think the big massive thing about this change is the maximum damage towards epic monsters. Now, this happened a few days ago with me and Scoundrel on stream. Garen can just basically walk up to dragons and walk up to heralds and basically use their ultimate when it's low on HP. And it's basically a smite. It's basically a smite. It's actually better than a smite. I believe it does like 1,500, 2,000 damage on the ultimate to epic monsters, which was absolutely absurd. So you can easily take you know, Elder Drakes, Barons, Heralds, etc. So it's kind of annoying, but obviously they're nerfing that down now. You can now only deal a maximum of 600 damage to epic monsters now. So you won't have Garens randomly coming into your Dragon Pit trying to steal anymore, hopefully. So really, really good changes. Really, really nice. Like I said, you might not see full tank Garen anymore because that was just completely absurd how much base damage he was doing. So very good changes. I really, really like them. Moving on down, we have some buffs to Irelia. Irelia is in, I would say, like a pretty decent spot, so the buffs will probably help her out quite a bit. I feel like she's one of them high skill cap champions that if you know how to play her, she'll be really, really powerful. The base mana regen is going up by a bit. The base damage is going up on her first ability, and also the healing attack damage ratio is also going up as well, so getting a bit of extra healing in there as well. The third ability, the base damage is going up by quite a bit, actually, by 30 at all ranks, actually. So a bit of base damage onto the third ability, which is the one where you have to, like the string effect. So you activate on one end and you activate another and it connects together and it does like a little stun. So that base damage is going up. Then you also have the ultimate. The base damage of the ultimate is also going up at rank 2 and rank 3. And also the blade wall damage as well is going up at all ranks. So overall, some pretty nice buffs to Irelia, especially the mana regen will probably help her out a lot. Because there's not really anything in the game right now that can help her in terms of mana regen. Because obviously regeneration got removed. So I think she does struggle a bit in terms of laning phase. Because most of the time she wants to use her abilities to kind of last hit minions. And being able to escape and everything as well. Otherwise, she can kind of get punished a bit too easily. So, some nice damage buffs, some nice mana regen buffs. Yeah, very nice overall. Really happy with these changes. You might be seeing Irelia a little bit more. I might try out a bit of Irelia, but for me, I'm not really used to these high skill cap champions. You know, I'm just an AD carry. I just auto attack, use my feathers, and then hope for the best. Jinx as well, actually getting a nerf very similar to Garen. Maximum damage on epic monsters is now 500, 650, 800. Thank God they are changing this. It was really annoying when a Jinx rocket would just come out of nowhere. Every time you're against Jinx, you have to kind of have one person just stand outside of the pit to make sure that the Jinx ultimate doesn't actually hit the dragon at all. So make sure you're blocking them. But they're finally nerfing it. And they're making sure that you can't one-shot dragons or barons or anything like that. Actually, better than, you know, some smites at the end of the day. I think Jinx's ultimate was doing as much damage as the Garen ultimate, so it's really hard to actually smite and actually try and secure the dragon. So really, really nice changes there to Jinx. Kha'Zix base damage on his first ability is going down. Kha'Zix is really, really strong at the moment. I think the buff in the previous patch with the isolation range was really, really strong for Kha'Zix. You're now able to, you know, assassinate people even if they have enemies in close proximity with them. But I think he was doing a little bit too much damage. I mean, I saw some Kha'Zix just basically one-shot. It was absolutely disgusting. So, nice nerf there. Not too much of a nerf, just a little bit of a tweak. But you still should be seeing Kha'Zix. Still really, really strong champion. Rammus again getting nerfed. I don't know. Like, Rammus getting nerfed again is really, really strange. I hardly see Rammus like ever in high elo. Like the amount of games I play in high elo and I never see Rammus, it's really, really strange. But maybe he's rolling around a bit too much in lower elo, so that's why they're nerfing him. So maybe that's the case. We'll have to see. But yeah, nerfing Rammus. Excuse me. Nerfing Rammus. Lowering is not even a word. Lowering, sorry, the attack speed is quite important. Riven, they're buffing Riven a little bit. They're buffing the shield on her third ability. So she can able to sustain and survive a bit longer during team fights and especially during laning phase as well, which is really, really nice. This, I would say, is probably the biggest change of the whole patch, and I probably will have to try this out. Now, Vayne, as most of you will know, Vayne actually struggles really, really hard in the laner phase. Most of the champions at the moment that are in like the S plus and the S tier kind of dominate Vayne in terms of laner phase, like Xayah, Kai'Sa, Ezreal, etc. But she's getting some really, really big buffs, I feel like. The base damage of Silver Bolts is going up by quite a lot, especially in the early game, which is really nice in terms of trading. And also the ultimate cooldown is going down as well by 5 seconds at every single rank. There's been some things where, or been some comps where Vayne has been played with Lulu. Now, obviously, Lulu is like the enchanter support that can basically enchant any AD carries. Works really well with Tristana as well. I've been playing Tristana quite a lot over the last few days. Tristana Lulu works really well, and it could be the same with Vayne as well. Vayne Lulu could also work really, really well. The base damage on the Silver Bolts is quite kind of the big thing, because not only do you get the damage as well every single time you auto attack 3 times, but you also get the base damage increased as well. So really, really nice buff, to be fair. I mean, especially the early game. 20 extra damage in the early game could be quite a bit, especially if you add on top of the, you know, the AD and everything that you get as well in the early game. So it could help her out a little bit. As I said, in terms of like her early laning phase, it's really, really rough, but these buffs are quite nice. Some changes to the mid lane as well. After examining the mid lane meta, we believe tapping down the armor of some of these top performers will result in a more balanced state between AD mids and AP mids. So this is pretty big, obviously, with Lucian coming into the meta as well. Lucian coming into the game. Them nerfing Katarina's armor, Twisted Fate's armor, and Ziggs' armor is really, really good for Lucian. I think Lucian will most likely be played more in the mid lane than the bot lane, but we'll have to see. So I think Lucian Brom is a really, really strong matchup in the bot lane, but we'll have to see how that works. But quite nice changes, to be fair. I guess allowing AD mids to punish these AP carries a lot more. That could just sit back and just farm up over time, especially Twisted Fate and Ziggs. So quite nice. ARAM changes, you know, just ARAM changes. I don't think I need to read across all of these. I think all of these are completely fine. Runes. Now, second wind. This rune is bonkers. This rune is completely bonkers. As I've explained before in my AD carry guides recently, with all the recent changes with the resolve tree. Obviously, most of the time you still take Hunter Titan, but if you're against a lot of poke, then second wind is really, really good. The regen was just absolutely insane. So nerfing down the regen only by 1, so I don't think the nerf will hit it too much. But nerfing the health regen by 1 is quite nice. So you won't be healing as much every 5 seconds. So nerfs it down by quite a bit every minute. But still, overall, I still think it's a pretty good rune. This is just a tooltip fix as well, it seems like. After taking damage from a champion, regenerate 3 plus 1.5 missing HP over 10 seconds. Doubled for melee, previously 6 plus 3%. Actual healing values from this reflector unchanged. Okay, so that's just a tooltip change. So this second part is just a tooltip change. So the main nerf is that they're nerfing 1 HP every 5 seconds. So a little bit of a hit to second wind, but I do think second wind was really, really strong, especially for like these melee champions. It was really, really hard for any ranged champions to kind of punish these melee champions, because most of the time you just take second wind and you're really, really fine. I saw some like AD carries going bone plating as well. Don't go bone plating. It's completely terrible. It's either second wind or Hunter Titan for sure. Extra little bits. Smite's tooltip now correctly reflects that it's mannered regen properly. Emma's ultimate tooltip now reflects that it only deals bonus damage to champions. And then you have the free champion rotation. So a small patch overall, but some really, really big changes. As mentioned, Vayne's change will be pretty huge. I'll probably test out Vayne and give you guys a guide for Vayne in terms of what the best build is to go with Vayne. That'll be really, really important. Obviously, Jinx as well. Now, Jinx, you'll probably run Sweet Tooth pretty much all the time now, because Mastermind got nerfed in terms of the damage to towers, and also you now don't get as much damage from Jinx's ultimate from to dragons and heralds, etc. So most of the time you'll be running Sweet Tooth. Irelia buff's pretty interesting. Obviously, Draven buffs as well. Maybe I might play Draven. Who knows? I'm not really too sure. But I think the big thing is Senna and Lucian finally hitting the Rift, the July the 9th. So we haven't got too much longer to wait for Lucian and Senna. As mentioned, I will probably get Lucian straight away on release and be spamming Lucian, because Lucian is by far one of my favorite champions. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for non-stop Wild Rift daily content. And as always, take care, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace out.